Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good morning, Facebook. Welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation with Big Papa. It is Whimsical Wednesday. I never know quite. Ooh, these roads are a little slick. I never know if when it kind of breaks up, if you guys keep hearing me, or do I just pause and wait? Good morning, Kirsten. So, Whimsical Wednesday. My dear sweet friend Vicky Oler was up this morning. She was up at 3:30 when I was up. And Vicky sent me she DM'd me and said, I don't know how you get up this early and keep doing your motivation videos because you're helping the world. So thank you, Vicky. That gave me fodder for today's conversation with you this morning. Someone once said, if you have a big enough why, you can accomplish anything. And I don't remember who it was. I don't think it was Jim Rohn, and I don't think it was Simon Sinek. Sinek. But it's one of those motivational speakers that I listen to, and that's a great statement. If you have a big enough why, because my response to Vicky this morning was, well, you know what Nike says, just do it. And Vicky said that she feels like she needs her sleep to deal with her stress, which is an interesting perspective. And yes, stress does cause us to want to sleep, but I think it's also important for us to understand, and I talked about this, I think last week or so. I wonder how slick these roads are. It looks like ice. It's 32. So I talked about this not too long ago about the difference between reacting and responding, but to the next dimension, which is being proactive. So there's reacting, then there's responding. We choose to respond instead of react. Good morning, Michelle. But then the next level is being proactive, and being proactive is a stage of creation. And I feel like if you are requiring sleep to deal with stress, then you are reacting. And I always think about what Jimi Hendrix said. Jimi Hendrix said, sleep when you're dead, which is not always possible, but I've figured out that I can function pretty well. Morning, Irene. I can function pretty well on 4 hours of sleep, and 5 hours is about all I need, and I can even get by on 3 if I need to. Just taking it a little slow this morning because I'm not 100% certain about these roads. It seems there's a lot of moisture, so I should be good. And I've got to drive down south a couple hours today too. Good morning, Stefan from the Netherlands. So, if you have to sleep to deal with stress, then you're being reactive. So what's the response? You have stress. What can you do during your waking? How can you take responsibility for the stress that's showing up so that the sleep is not controlling you and becoming the reaction to the stress? You don't want the sleep to become the reaction to the stress, because that's what it is right now. You want the sleep to be the reaction to a long day, the necessity to recovery to a long day. So what can be a new response to stress as opposed to sleep, and how can you make that the conditioned experience? But beyond that, how can you create a goal? This is a bigger question for all of us all the time. How can we create a goal that is so big? Hey, Vicky, you gave me fodder for our conversation this morning. How can you create a goal that is so big that you don't want to sleep? Like, what can motivate you? What's your why? What can motivate you at such a level that you don't want to sleep? Like, sleep becomes a nuisance. Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard really successful, great people who are doing really big things? They're like, I don't want to sleep. It is. Ooh, that truck went off the road. Ooh, he drove too fast over that bridge. It's like, I don't like the way these roads look, guys. So I'm glad you're with me. It's like, what is the thing? So here's what happens working out at Planet Fitness. This is the strangest thing. Planet Fitness, I'm talking to you right in the middle of morning motivation. If you can send me a text when it is time to make a payment or when I need to update my credit card, you can send me a text that because of weather, the gym's going to be delayed and not be open. I had that happen one morning. I'm like, getting up, 3:30, doing my thing, getting to the gym, get to the freaking gym. The weather's not that, roads aren't that bad. And then all of a sudden, they decide that they are not going to open. Oh, this is not good. Oh my gosh, jeez. This is not good. It's wet, so it doesn't seem like it's that slick, but there's three cars off the road. If you can send me a text about my credit card, you can send me a text when there's bad weather and the gym isn't going to be delayed in being opened. I mean, doesn't that make sense to you guys? So, management, Planet Fitness, listen up. All right. What is that thing that can motivate you so much that you don't want to sleep, that sleep is a nuisance? Like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to sleep. You've heard about like Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook, staying up for 3 days just coding nonstop. And Steve Jobs and my friend Russell Brunson, who created ClickFunnels, just doing, he talks about coming home in the evenings, getting the kids tucked into bed, and then, this is going to affect my trip today, and then, see, this is what happens. You get bad weather and people, they don't drive mindfully. And then putting the kids to bed and then going back to the office to pull an all-nighter. Like, what is that thing that motivates you so much that you don't want to sleep anymore? And it doesn't have to be your kids. Your kids are a source of stress. They're a source of challenge. So your kids are activating you and keeping you on your toes, but you got to have something going on in your life that's bringing you some deeper level of drive, some deeper level of motivation and inspiration and hunger. Your kids aren't the reason you're bored. You can't put that on your kids. And if you are stressed because of your kids, you're probably focusing too much on them. You're letting them consume too much of your life. I hope the guy behind me slows down. You're letting them consume too much of your life. You have a life too. And it is important that you honor that and put some priority. Wow, these folks, woo, gosh. God bless you. God bless you. Anytime I see a wreck, the first thing that hits my head is, Lord, keep that person safe. And I hope, and this guy, you know, you got 2 cars, you got 3 pileups, and this guy goes flying by. You've got to find that source. You guys have too much life left to live. There's too much life left to live to be stressed out and sleeping all the time. You're not going to get these days back. Yes, black ice is rough stuff. Good morning, Corey. You're not going to get these days back. You're not going to get these moments back. If I'd have known the roads were this bad, I probably would have had to skip leg day this morning. But I didn't. So I'm pushing on for leg day, baby. You're not going to get these days back, guys. Don't waste them just being stressed. And don't waste them just sleeping all the freaking time. Get up, get motivated, and do something. You've got, like Bishop T.D. Jakes says, you are pregnant with possibility. You are pregnant with possibility. There are people, at the very least, that you can go and be helping and that you can share with because of the struggle that you have with your children. That struggle you have with your children every single day, that's experience. That's experience that other parents are just stepping into, and other parents are giving up and sending their kids away and disrupting adoptions and putting a kid, back into foster care. Your story, your motivation, just at the very least, because of your experience, can be changing someone else's life. And I don't even know all the other, wonderful strengths that you guys hold based on your life and what you've gone through and what your professional experience is. Start a business. Start a home-based business. Go change some lives. Start a business to make money for your church, to make money for a cause. Stop freaking sleeping all the time. It's just not that important. It's just not that. You don't need that much sleep. If you're sleeping away your life, and your life is not meant to be slept away, and tell your freaking kids, I'm not dealing with your stress. I got goals bigger than this today, and that's what I'm focused on. Mama loves you, daddy loves you, but we got goals. And I suggest that you go get some goals too, so you can stop sitting around stressing about nothing. What? Yes, you can do that. Big Papa says you can do that. So what is your why? Find your motivation. Find your drive. Get inspired. Let's do this. Let's do this. I need your energy. I need your passion. I don't see my dude here, but I'm sure he'll be here. All right, I made it safely. Time for me to go in here and get it in. Thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic day. God bless you. Big Papa loves you. Let's make this a whimsical Wednesday, meaning we can create this Wednesday to be anything we want it to be, baby. We'll see you. If I don't see you at 6:30 on Post Daily Dose, I'll see you in the morning.